Hey everyone, welcome to the Daily. Today is Monday, March 25th. Andrew Wiebe over there. I'm Greg Lawless, and we're going to look back at a pretty interesting MLS weekend to begin with. 3 thoughts on the MLS weekend. You go first.
Well, we'll start in Montreal, obviously now perfect, but the big worry ahead of this weekend's match against New York was what will they do without Alessandro Nesta? He had been the cog, the guy really organizing everything in front of him. You bring in a homegrown rookie in Carl Ouimet, and it doesn't change. Another shutout for the Montreal Impact. Marco Schallenbaum, high marks so far.
Got 12 points out of a possible 12 for the Impact now on top of the Eastern Conference alone. Number 2, in the Western Conference, Dallas and Chivas USA are for real. Dallas with a terrific win on Saturday night. They looked very dominating in this one. 2-0 victory. It was really Fabian Castillo's night. He was all over the place. And Chivas USA 4-1 over the Chicago Fire in Bridgeview. Although their coach Chelis said they got lucky, this was a pretty dominating performance. I'm coming out with my number 2 thought of the weekend. Dallas and Chivas for real this year. What about number 3?
That speed in Dallas, very impressive so far. Number 3 for me, Sporting Kansas City. Second week in a row, they get a shutout, but the second week in a row, they're also shut out. There's got to be some sense of worry there. Certainly that team good in the back, but they're missing that pressure. They're missing that physicality that turned into a lot of chances last year. Not winning as many second balls, not turning the other team over in key parts of the field. Maybe they're missing Roger Espinoza and Kai Kamara more than they thought they would.
And maybe they're also missing Teal Bunbury, another option up top, which would give them some looks going forward. Well, those are our 3 thoughts from the weekend in MLS. What are yours? Let us know in the comments below or hit us up on Twitter at Gagens, at Andrew_Wiebe. All right, well, the majority of the talk over the next 48 hours is going to be about the U.S. national team going down to Mexico to face El Tri at Azteca. The game is at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday night. It's on ESPN. There will be a live chat on MLSsoccer.com. And our very own Simon Borg is in Mexico City.
Hello everyone, and saludos from Mexico City, where the U.S. national team on Sunday afternoon landed after a charter flight from snowy Denver. And they set up shop about 15 minutes away from Estadio Azteca, where on Tuesday night they face a big World Cup qualifier against Mexico. And just hours after arriving, the U.S. were already on the practice field. They used Cruz Azul La Noria complex for a closed-door session. Or so they thought. Mexican media perched on a nearby rooftop spying on the whole thing. But that wasn't even the biggest story on Sunday. Jermaine Jones, who started against Costa Rica in midfield, he's out of this game with a sprained left ankle. He's actually already back in Germany. How the U.S. replaces him in the field, one of the big questions Jurgen Klinsmann has to answer in Monday's press conference. We'll have full coverage of that, as well as Mexico's media availability by our own Tom Marshall. Check out all the coverage on MLSsoccer.com.
Thanks, Simon. Now, Andrew, no Jermaine Jones. How does the midfield for the U.S. set up in this one?
Well, I think it's pretty straightforward for Jurgen Klinsmann. Maurice Adu, probably the guy that's going to slot into that spot. I have to expect he goes defensive. We're not going to see him go away from those 2 defensive-minded midfielders. Michael Bradley providing more of the link play. And Adu back there, you could also see maybe Kyle Beckerman, Sasha Kleshin, but I think Adu's the man.
Do you think that he might go to Adu and Cameron in the back? That same pairing at center back was what got them the win in Mexico City just last fall.
No, I think you stick with what worked last game. I think you have to have that sort of continuity in the back. That game was a one-off, a friendly that didn't truly matter. Sure, the U.S. would love a draw here, but at the same time, you go with the guys that got the job done a couple days ago.
Well, there seems to be some upheaval in the Mexican camp. The media in the U.S. that follows Mexico, they seem very confident, but down in Mexico, not quite as confident whether Mexico can get the victory against the U.S. Again, Tuesday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It's on ESPN. There's also a live chat on MLSsoccer.com.